Hi guys, I'm Chris Wilson and this is the Helpful Home Service Guy series. Hi folks, Chris Wilson, the Helpful Home Service Guy here. Another question that we get a lot is, what are BTUs? What is a ton of air conditioning? How does that work? How do we know what size system we should have in our house? So it breaks down pretty simply. A BTU actually stands for a British thermal unit. It's just a unit of measurement to measure heat, right? And when we say heat, we mean either heating or cooling. So we can either be taking BTUs out of your house or we can be putting BTUs in your house. So on the cooling side of things, 12,000 BTUs is equal to a ton of air conditioning. We hear that often in the industry, and you may even hear people that come to your house and talk to you about replacing your system. They'll flip-flop between saying, oh, it's 36,000 BTUs or it's 3 tons of air conditioning, okay? On a single stage system, which is a unit that just turns on, gives you all of its capacity, and runs till the thermostat satisfies and then it shuts off, you have a breakdown similar to this: 1.5, 2 tons, 2.5, 3 tons, and so on, okay? On the multi-stage equipment or the modulating equipment, oftentimes it only goes in 1-ton increments because that system has the ability to actually adjust its capacity. The compressor can ramp up and down to better match what your home needs. So oftentimes we have 2-ton, 3-ton, 4-ton, and 5-ton. Now, that can vary. Systems like the Bosch heat pump over here, they only come in 2 sizes. They come in a 3-ton and a 5-ton, and those 2 sizes can handle everything in between what you might need in your house. But that's the basic idea of how it works. The big important thing here in getting the right size system for your house is that whoever comes out and measures and actually looks at your home should be doing a proper manual J load calculation. This is how we determine that, say, on a 95-degree day, we understand how many BTUs need to be removed to maintain at least 75 degrees of cooling in your house, okay? And then conversely, on the heating side, let's say a 10-degree day, how many BTUs do we need to make sure that we can get to at least 70 degrees of heating in your home, all right? That's the basics on how we size air conditioning and heating systems. It's also important to know, guys, that not every house is gonna be the same. So you could have a 1,500 square foot house that might need 3 tons of air conditioning. You could also have a 1,500 square foot house that only needs 1.5 tons of air conditioning. This all depends on the structure itself. If you have a glass house, right, lots of windows, skylights, that sort of thing, it's going to absorb a lot more heat than a house that is fewer windows, really well insulated, and very well air sealed. So it just depends on the structure itself. You could have 2 homes that look very similar, and they could need completely different sized air conditioning systems.